Alright, everybody, if you want to hear us say good things about a show you like that's popular that you're actually watching,
This ain't it, Chief.
go back to the Dororo video, because we just watched the first episode of Kaguya-sama wa Kokurasetai Tensai Tachi no Renai Zunosen. I hated it.
It was repulsive.
I hated it a lot,
Yeah.
and I don't even think there's necessarily anything wrong with it, per se. I'm sure there's good reasons.
It was really fucking annoying.
I really hate the characters. I hate the conceit. To be completely honest, I thought I was going to hate this show because of what the plot is.
Yeah.
And then I was right. Do you want to start, or do you want? Because I can go in on this bad boy. Do you have anything in particular that stood out to you? Because we watched this together. Neither of us said a word.
We were dead silent.
We were completely silent the whole way through, and as soon as it was over, we both turned to each other. We both had just grimaces on our face, and I was like, oh, good. I'm glad that you felt the same way I did.
I was really afraid. I was really afraid I was going to have to sit through more than one episode so we could watch the Chica dance.
Yeah, because I wanted to see...
I was like,
we have to at least... Because you were like, I have no expectation for this. I was like, we have to at least finish the first episode so we could see the Chica dance. And then we watched it, and it was, like, actually hard. And then there was no Chica dance at the end of the first one. But, no. I really hate it. I've never seen a show do so much visually while being so aesthetically uninteresting. Like, it constantly is doing things, but all of them are just, I don't know, meant to be intense, or to just make things more badass, or something. It's just stuff. It's just like a bunch of visual shit going on that means nothing. It contributes nothing.
Because nothing is actually happening.
It's not funny. There's not... For being a show that's about, like, two people trying to outsmart each other, or, like, to have, like, this weird twisted logic, the logic itself is not funny, and it's also, like, there's a lot of moments where I feel like the character lost, and they just didn't say so. Like, these characters, the conceit of this show is that there's two student council members who are, both of them are in love with one another. They both assume that the other person is in love with them.
Because they're so full of themselves.
But neither one of them wants to confess.
But I think they're both insecure. Like,
yeah.
one side of them is like, oh, well, they definitely have to be into me. I'm the coolest. And the other part of me is like...
But what if they're not? And so it's this constant tug of war between them where they're trying to basically trick the other person into confessing their feelings for them because neither one of them wants to be the one to confess. Which I hate. Yeah. I hate that idea. I think it's stupid.
Yeah, so why not take it to the max?
Don't want to have to watch a show about that. It sounds annoying.
Yeah.
It sounds like two insufferable douchebags.
Two people who probably shouldn't be in a relationship because they do not seem mentally stable.
They're just obnoxious. But I could see how this could be funny if it was really like, if they were really pushing the logic really, like, to an extreme, like, if they really had to come up with really wacky ways that they were going to try to either convince one another to fall in love or to defend themselves from that. But that
doesn't happen.
Nothing that happens is over the top or interesting. It's just the presentation.
They can go see a movie together, or they can eat a bento, and it's like, this is just as cliche as this story.
It just feels like a regular ass show with, like, ridiculous music and visual effects
and a lot of sounds that you want to stop from happening.
And so the characters are uncharismatic and have no chemistry together, and they're like, they will have these scenes where they basically do confess to each other, but then I guess it's not enough, or it's not direct enough, but, like, surely they both do know that one another like them, right? Because they've literally, like, basically come out and said it multiple times.
Yeah.
And, like, tried to kind of cover their asses afterwards, but it just kind of seems like they've already lost the game to me. Like, and then there's moments where the over-the-top narration, I couldn't tell if this was the joke. I couldn't tell if the joke is that the narration is so over-the-top even though what's happening isn't actually.
Probably.
Because there's a moment where where Chica says you can also use these tickets to go to this other movie, and then there's like on-screen text goes chaos theory, and he's like, this introduction of a chaotic element caused the number of possibilities to spiral out of control in their minds, and I was just like,
what possibilities? They're not doing anything creative with the situation.
what are the extra possibilities that now arise from? Okay, so the possibilities are now either they go to the movie together that would suggest that they were in love with each other, or they go to the other movie.
Yeah, and you have two ways of putting it. You can be like straightforward or standoffish. And it's like they're obviously not going to be direct about how they feel because they want to win the game. So it's not like...
Yeah, what are all these new possibilities that arise? And like... So, and it annoyed me, like, as soon as I saw the words chaos theory, I let out a heavy sigh, because I am a huge fan of the theory of chaos theory, and I like chaotic scenarios, but I immediately was just like, what is the chaos here? And then it's like both of their minds were going out of control, trying to keep track of all the possibilities, and then they desired sugar, so they both rush for this manju in the middle of the room, and Chica eats it, and, like, that's the joke. And I was just like...
Why does Chica hang out with them? Why is she
I assume she's on the council,
Why?
Right?
Wouldn't she find this act to be insufferable?
I don't know if she can tell that they like each other.
Why would they want her to hang out with them? Because she seems like the complete opposite of... I don't know. It's just like...
I don't like anything about this show.
The character dynamic is annoying.
I think there's a scene in the first, like, towards the beginning, where they're walking down the hall together, and someone's like, they look so great together. And I'm like, no, they don't. They don't look good together at all.
One looks like a yandere, and one looks like a douche.
They don't look even good in and of themselves.
Nope. They look like they're from different shows.
I don't get it. I didn't get there's one gag that brought a smile to my face, and it was when he's picturing her with the other guy, and he literally is like a vegetable, like a stalk of broccoli. And I went, huh.
It's funnier in Mob Psycho.
It is funnier in Mob Psycho. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I am sure that this is funny to people somehow, but it was just so milquetoast and watered down, and, like, there was no real tactics to it. Like, I want it to be a battle of geniuses coming up with crazy shit, but it's not. It's just two embarrassed kids trying to trick one another into... I mean, it's basically the same thing as the Ueno-san show, except more convoluted, and the direction is just constantly throwing shit at you that doesn't make it any more impressive. And again, I don't know if that's just the joke, if the joke is just supposed to be that they're presenting something really mundane in an over-the-top fashion, but it's not funny if that's the joke. And the presentation is... It just feels like nonsense, like visual noise. Like, none of it means anything. There's a few moments where I could give it credit for, like, maybe when it shows her making, like, a real bitch face, and, like, there's, like, a... But then there's, like, a TV static effect over it. That doesn't add anything to it. It's just an effect. It's just some effect. What does all the stupid fucking black and white crap in the back... None of it appealed to me in any way, and I just wanted it to be over. And it felt like it was going on forever, because there were 3 segments to it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the second segment, I was like, surely that's the end. Oh, no, there's another one.
Nope. Nope, not today.
So, yeah, I go ahead, let us know why this is funny in the comments. I know you're going to. But this did less than nothing for me, personally. I'm glad you felt the same way.
Yeah. Me too. Because I was, like, scared. I was scared you were going to have something redeeming to say
As soon as we turned to each other and I saw your face, I was like, oh, thank God we're not going to have to watch episode 2.
I'm surprised that we watched it all the way through, but I think it was just
I was determined. I needed to... Well, I also just wanted to make sure. Like, I had to confirm.
Oh, I fucking knew I hated the show, like, 5 minutes in.
I was not positive about it at any moment in it, but I had to, you know, maybe there... What if it had a saving grace at the end? Like, the last joke was funny. I don't know. I didn't even smile during this show, so, yeah. Sorry, don't know why you guys like this shit, but whatever. That's it for this one. Okay, we made it through, like 19 minutes of Watashi ni tenshi ga mayorita, or WataTen. somebody in the comments of the last video was like, you gotta watch WataTen. It's the anime of the season. You're wrong. It is vacuous. It is a nothing burger of an anime. It is comparable to staring at space, but requires more attention and is therefore worse. What did you think about WataTen? Because I stopped this halfway in, and you were like, I want to see what happens later. And then about 5 minutes later, you just put on the glasses. And
I like cute little girls. I like cute outfits. I like cute pastries.
Yeah.
I like otaku women who have no social skills and obviously on the autistic spectrum. But I didn't like this show.
On paper, this show sounds like it was made specifically for you and I. Like, if you were just described this show...
That's how all these shows are, but...
The most shocking thing about... First of all, Doga Kobo, what is going on? Like, so last season we had Uzumaid, which was about a maid who is just a pedophile and stalking a little girl. This show is about a neat girl who lives at home with a cute little sister. Her little sister brings home this other girl. The little sister and her friend are probably, like, 6? Maybe older than that?
Yeah.
Maybe 8 at the oldest. They're pretty young. I think they're actually wearing... Are they wearing the randoseru, the backpack, the red backpacks? That's for kindergartners, right? So they might be, like, 5 or 6.
But they had uniforms.
I think they wear uniforms in kindergarten there. But the red backpack... Maybe that's just for elementary school in general. I don't fucking know. But in any case, it's these little girls. She brings her home, and the first time the older sister lays eyes on the little girl, she's instantly in love. So it's the same thing. It's, once again, an older girl creeping on some little girl from the same studio. So I don't know what's going on at Doga Kobo. They've staked their flag on on Lolly Mountain. And, you know, like you just said, we love to watch little girls be cute and wear adorable outfits. But, there's nothing inherently funny or interesting about, the character's just a pedophile. Like, she just is in love with this little girl and wants to put her in cute outfits.
She's at the very beginning of, like, accepting that this is who she is.
Yeah, as opposed to Uzumaid.
Where she's like...
At least in Uzumaid, it was kind of funny because of the fact that it was... Like, the maid was presented as terrifying. Like, she was totally psychotic, and she had, like, military training, so there was a bit more of a comedic setup to the story. This one has nothing. It's just... There's nothing more to it than what I have described. It is... The older girl wants to put this lolly into outfits, and for some reason she's a great outfit designer. She also can make adorable sweets, and she uses those to bribe the girl into dressing in these outfits.
A little fluffy.
Yeah.
She has a fupa.
She does have a little bit of a fupa. But, like, the characters have no personalities. I mean, the main girl, the older girl... She's just presented as just, like, a quiet, shut-in, shy neat. And she has these sort of skills, but there's no... I mean, it just seems like she's just a girl who likes to look at little girls, and that's her personality, I guess. Her little sister is adorable, and is way cuter than the girl that she's obsessed with, incidentally, IMO. But at least the little sister has a little bit of personality in that she's just very straightforward. She just says things exactly as they are. And that the closest things to funny that the episode is when she is just unabashedly talking about, like, she's obviously has no ill will towards her sister, but will describe how much of a piece of shit she is in very clear terms, sort of. But then the girl who she's obsessed with is just, she has no personality.
She likes sweets.
She comes over and she's immediately on the defensive and sort of playing...
I'm calling the police.
Yeah, she's sort of playing the straight man insofar as she is being perved on by an older girl and is disturbed by it. And that is her place in the narrative. And that's it. Soft music, soft visuals, whatever. if the outfits had actually been cute, that might have kept me going a little more. But I didn't think the outfits she designed were...
Kuroneko cosplay.
Literally, 2 of the 4 outfits that she puts her in are literally Kuroneko's outfits from Oreimo. Like, the exact same goth lolly outfit, and she puts her in the, like, sleeveless white shirt with the red skirt. Like, that's also a Kuroneko look. So 2 of them are just Kuroneko outfits, and the rest are just, like, basic whatever. You know, this is no Aikatsu. There's not any actual thought being put into the designs. So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else really to say about it plot-wise.
You said the show was perverse.
I said it was degenerate.
Degenerate.
And, I mean... It is.
It's kind of
it
creepy.
exists
Like,
to look at little cute girls. Like, that's the point.
Because they had like such a realistic setup where the older sister is like a shut-in and a pervert.
Yeah.
And like this is something that could actually happen made it feel like weird.
Because it's not really being played
and
for laughs.
And she like had groomed her sister. Like she's taking baths with her sister and like I don't know.
I don't know if that was intended to be grooming. I think she just bathed with her little sister.
I don't know. I feel like...
Because it's kind of implied that she didn't know that she was into little girls. She just likes this little girl. Like, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It is just like, it's just kind of, there's no joke. There's no punchline. Like with Uzumade, there was a joke in there. In this, it's just a girl lusting after a little girl. That's it. That's the show. And it does nothing for me. But, like, as I was watching this, I couldn't help but think, Doga Kobo, please, if you're gonna go down this road, fuck all this bullshit, just bring back Ichigo Marshmallow. Because that's what started all this. Because Ichigo Marshmallow is a show about 4 elementary school girls who are super adorable and their comedic hijinks. And that show is fucking hilarious. The manga is especially fucking hilarious. And there's a lot of it that the anime didn't cover. And while I think the anime is great, I think that it changed the comedic style a bit from the manga. So I would be interested to see, you know, even if they couldn't get the same director, I'd be interested to see another take on the manga. Definitely I wouldn't want whoever handled this to do it. But, like, in that show there was an older sister, Ito Nobue, who is, you know, she likes to be around cute little girls, and she finds some of the girls cute. But it's not presented like she's this weird pervert so much as just that she smokes and drinks and she's kind of degenerate in general, but it's more like she's teasing them. Like, it's more like she thinks it's funny to make fun of the little girls and to, like, you know, to imply that they, like, belong to her, but it's not, like, serious romantic attraction. It's more of a fun time. This is, like, just, do you want to look at little girls? Here you go. It's like, there are better ways I could look at little girls from anime if I wanted to. Like, it is a total nothing burger. Do you have any other thoughts on this one?
I didn't even like the character designs that much,
no,
to be honest.
They're not even that cute.
I don't like the white outline on the hair that I'm looking
That's
at.
That's Doga Kobo, though. They always do that shit.
Just in that particular frame we're frozen at, it looks pretty bad.
I just couldn't get the word vacuous out of my head the whole time. Like Rem the vacuous
I wasn't
spider.
Impressed.
No, not impressed at all. Alright, let's watch some obscure shit that we will probably like because we're fucking hipsters.
Yes.
We did like 4 minutes of Cicrlet Princess. Nope. We did 4 minutes of Bermuda Triangle. No.
How are they pouring tea underwater?
Why doesn't it look like the OP?
Too expensive. It's too ambitious. They bit off more than they can chew.
Look at her fucking face. Look at her fucking face. Let me zoom in on this shit. This is what the show looks like. Stop it. We just watched the first episode of Virtual-san wa Miteiru. And it's the greatest anime I've ever seen. The fact that this has a 4.56 on Mal is proof that my
People
anime list
don't know
users
it's
are
funny.
stupid.
Yeah.
This is one of the funniest things I've fucking seen in a long time. I couldn't stop laughing and smiling, and this is... I mean, this might be more insane than Pop Team Epic was, in terms of just sheer out-of-control marketing gimmick madness.
Yeah, it's like if you mix Good Fairies with Pop Team Epic.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
a
what
good
you get.
way of putting it. That and like just exploded it across the entire internet. So what this show is it's a bunch of virtual idols, real virtual idols. They're all like real characters.
Munchie's in a Shiro-chan video.
Yeah, there is the blue-haired one. Which is, it's really funny to think about, because, like, the blue-haired one, like, we know she's a popular virtual idol. Her videos are garbage. It's just, like, she takes other videos and just slaps the virtual idol on there and reacts to what's happening as though she made the video. We know this because Munchie was at Anime Expo, like, interviewed briefly after the Gridman premiere for some kind of, like, for some other online thing. I think it was by Crunchyroll or something, and then there was a Shiro-chan video that was just reacting to that video as though it were her video. It was bizarre, but anyways, so there's like a central cast of like 6 that are like popular virtual idols, and then there's just tons of other like internet memes and weird YouTube characters and shit. And even like fan submitted ones where like every once in a while there'll be like just a character introducing themselves and it says on screen like submit your character. But what the content of the show is just random segments of inane, ridiculous bullshit with the funniest animation ever. Because they constantly animate the idols to just be like, ah! Like they're always just like moving their arms around weirdly and like
doing the dance moves.
Like running around back and forth for no fucking reason. Like everyone's moving constantly and it looks hilarious. All the situations are great. The lolly idol with the animal ears is really cute.
Oh yeah, she's top tier.
There's a scene where she's like going to school and she's just like dragging herself like I want a Katsudan, and then like she realizes she's in an area that looks like, basically I think she realizes that she's in like a sort of halfway under construction area that looks like a Fortnite map, and so she starts like trying to like, she like fabricates in her head that she's in a Fortnite game, and like trying to come up with strategies and stuff, but then one of the other idols like finds her and she's just like I wasn't doing anything. There's one clip where there's 4 random idols or characters or something in space on a spaceship, and if they bite their thumb, they grow bigger. That happens. But I don't even know. Like, I don't want to say anything because it's all just madness. It's like it's just something you watch to see what's gonna happen next.
It's probably most likely 100% unscripted.
I don't know about there were certain scenes that seemed scripted, and then others that were clearly unscripted.
It felt like maybe they gave them a scenario, but like
yeah,
I feel like most of it was unscripted, and like the parts that felt that way, like the characters had a good dynamic and bounced off each other.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that like stuff like the Fortnite scene seemed like it was probably written.
Maybe.
But like there were times where like the characters like sound like it's just 2 voice actors riffing off of each other in the studio, and then they animated it. But yeah, it's all over the place because there was like 20 segments. Like every minute something completely new is happening. The episode felt like it went on forever, and it was mind-blowing. I've never seen so many different things happen in such rapid succession that were all fucking hilarious. I don't think there was a single segment that I didn't laugh at. I want to see more of some of these characters. I want to see what new characters they'll introduce. I want to see what baffling scenarios will be constructed. I want to see more of the insanely goofy animation.
Yeah.
I want it all. This is one of my favorite comedy shows of the year so far, easily. I mean, you know, not that we've watched a whole ton of shit this year, but I fucking thoroughly enjoyed it. I highly
really
recommend Virtual San with Miteiru. Anybody telling you that it's bad, it probably took it seriously for some reason, or like doesn't appreciate that the joke is that it looks like it looks. I mean, right off the very first thing you see in the show is like a man with a horse head mask for a head, like doing this and giving narration, and he's like, "Hello, I am Usahito or whatever, a man who is a horse, or perhaps a horse who is a man," and then he like introduces the idols who are all like running, like they're like just like running down a stretch of road for some reason, but they're all running in the stupidest way imaginable. I want to know who animates it. Like, I don't know if it's a core team or if like the people who actually voice the idols, who actually create the virtual idols, are like working on the show. I don't know how this came about or what. I would love a production background on this show more than anything. I would love a production background. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. I hope that, like, it makes me... I feel like there's certain stuff that would definitely be even funnier or make more sense if I actually knew the memes that they were, like, referencing or knew most of these characters, because, like, literally the blue-haired one's the only one I've even seen before. I don't know any of these virtual idols, but, you know, if Kizuna Ai shows up, then...
She's not going to.
No? You think she's too big for this?
Yeah.
What if she shows up in the last episode?
I don't think they're gonna put her in this.
Why not?
Why would they?
Why wouldn't they? She's a virtual idol.
Yeah, but I feel like it takes a lot of effort to like have the voice actress and get licensing and stuff. I don't know what they have to do, but like
I'm sure
there's a reason she's not in the main cast, because if they really like wanted to put her in the show, they'd put her in the main cast.
I think they might have left her out because she's too popular and she would overshadow everybody else.
I don't know about that. I feel like
I don't know if she's even as big in Japan. I don't know if she's just better known in the US, you know? Like, I don't know how... I don't think she's that fucking famous. Like, she doesn't have, like, millions of subscribers or anything.
No, but I don't think that any of the particular idols in the show are that famous.
I think that blue one has, like, 300K. She's as famous as I am.
Yeah. Not famous at all.
They need to make an AniTuber anime, goddammit.
Oh no, they don't. They should not.
It should be exactly like this. It should be all us waving our hands around and running stupidly. Yeah, there's no way to describe this show in a way that it will like translate into your brain. Like I can't describe this in a way that you would get a picture of it because it doesn't feel like anything else ever. So you need to watch it. I highly recommend it. It's fucking hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
I might give it a 10 out of 10. That episode was a 10 out of 10.
I don't know about that.
I could not stop laughing and smiling. It was
definitely entertaining.
It's made for
I'm
me.
excited to see where the jokes go.
I could tell I was enjoying it more than you were because I was laughing constantly.
I didn't think it was that funny. I'm not gonna say it's like the best show of the year. I can see why people would.
What if we watched that was better?
This low. Like any of the serious shows that we've been watching.
What have we watched this season that was better?
I don't know.
I mean, there was Dororo was good. I enjoyed this more than Dororo.
I didn't.
Well,
I don't agree with that.
I enjoyed this more than Dororo.
Most of the jokes didn't hit with me. Like there were funny moments. I appreciated it, but like I didn't think it was like.
I just find the animation
funny.
so fucking funny that I can't stop looking at it. I can't wait to watch this while under some kind of influence of drugs. Alright, well, there you go. We don't always agree on everything. Proof. I say go watch it, though, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Good Fairies, check it out, because it's like...
Yeah. I thought this was a lot funnier than Good Fairies. But,
I don't know.
Well, you've only seen, like, 2 episodes of Good Fairies, right?
It's similar sense of humor.
Yeah. Alright, everybody. See you in the next one.